All right, looking at our probability without replacement. If I want to choose probability without replacement, that's like picking a card and not putting it back, or taking a piece of candy out of a Halloween bag and not putting it back, or taking somebody out of a group and then not putting them back into that group. So, for example, in people and groups, the table below shows the distribution of a random sample of students at Illinois State University. We got graduates, we got undergraduates, we got nursing, math, philosophy, business. And if we pick 7 students at random, what's the probability that all 7 are graduate students? Okay, so first one, graduate students, there are 1,007 of them out of 5,231. That's my first probability. So I picked the first one. So let's say probability of a grad student and a grad student and another grad student and another grad student. So I have 7. Well, these are AND problems, so I have to multiply my first probability. Now, for my second probability, my second grad student, I took 1 student out. So 5,230. I took this first student out, so now there's only 5,230 students left. And if I started with 1,007 grad students, and I took the first one out, I'd only have 1,006 left. So now I've taken 2 students out. Well, if I took 2 grad students away, I'd have 1,005 left to choose from. And the total number of students in the specific groups here would be 5,229. So there were initially 1,007 grad students. I had a 1,007 out of 5,231 chance of picking a grad student. If I take away 1 grad student, 1 part from each category, that's my probability of getting a second grad student right after that. Here's my probability of picking a 3rd grad student in a row. The 4th one, there are now 3 fewer grad students and 3 fewer students, 5,228 in total. And then I've got 1,003 out of 5,227. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1,002 out of 5,226. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the last one would be 1,001 out of 5,225. So every time I'm not putting these grad students back into the big group to pick another student. I'm just trying to choose 7 students for a small group at random, and the probability that I pick each one, I'm picking from a smaller number of grad students and a smaller total student body population every single time. And when you're doing a bunch of these AND questions, I have to multiply, so these would all be multiplied together. If I wanted the probability of a grad student and then an undergrad, well, probability grad student was initially 1,007 out of 5,231. Then if I wanted an undergraduate next, the odds of getting an undergraduate, there are 4,224 of them. And remember, I took away one of the students. So instead of 5,231, now there are only 5,230 left, because that one grad student was already taken. Okay. Let's try one more together. What's the probability that you pick a math student that would be math, that's 162 of them out of the 5,231. And then a business student, there were 3,923 of them. But if that one math student is gone, now I only have 5,230 students left. Alright, please try part D on your own. What's the probability that you pick 5 business students in a row? It's very similar to our grad student question. So please try that one, and then when you're done, pause the video, try it. When you're done, unpause and check your work. Alright, so 5 business students. 5 business students. Initially I had 3,923 of them. If I take one of them out, I got 3,922 left, and then 3,921, and then 3,920, and then 3,919. And I could multiply those together to get my overall probability. Alright, so let's look at a few more examples here. We'll talk about at least probabilities tomorrow, but I will ask you to please fill out those notes. So what's the probability of picking 4 aces in a row without replacing them? So you take a card out, you take another card out, you take another card out, you take another card out, you got 4 in your hand, 48 in the deck. What would that be? First ace is 4 out of 52. Second ace is 3 out of 51. So there's one less ace and one less card. Then I've only got 2 aces and 50 cards in the deck. And 1 ace and 49 cards would be left in the deck for my last draw. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to ask you to please try these next problems, copy down your notes, and I will see you on Monday. No further homework.